1,000 trillion. No one on the corner has swagger like us. Swagger like us. Swagger like us. No one in the corner has swagger like us. Swagger like us. Swagger like us. Mr. West is in the building. Swagger on 100,000 trillion. I bet he makes that much money now. What up, Ski? Bro, that's probably the craziest bar I've ever heard. Mr. West is in the building. Swagger on 100,000 trillion. Check DMs on Discord. How did I do that? What the heck? Why is Ruby even talking, bro? Yo, bro, can I post this clip of you freestyling on my Yuri sample beat and rage beat? Bro, you can post whatever you want, bro. You my twin. I'm glad you just let me know. I'm glad you let me know, bro. Actually, Ski, can you get the parts? Can you get the good parts though? Like, I know I kind of messed up in some parts. Just try to like clip it good enough, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm not sure about giving Ruby mod. I just recently read this text message, bro. I'm sorry. I don't really know how to get in my DMs, Ski. I'm not really on for giving Ruby mod. She's kind of annoying. I feel like she'd crash out one day and just ban everybody. If that makes sense. We can give 2T mod. I'm down for giving 2T mod. 2T, he's trustworthy. We're going straight for reviews. Big shout out to Shad. Yesterday, I think, got his first. Did I stream yesterday? Okay, bet. Good looks, bro. Good looks. Did I stream yesterday? I did stream. I streamed for like an hour yesterday. Big shout out to Shad for his first 10, bro. That beat was so good. And the reason why it was a 10 for sure is because he improved. Like, there is obvious improvement on his beats. That's the majority reason why I gave him a 10. But also the beat was solid. The beat it didn't dry out, you know what I mean? Alright, so we're listening to Urban EX free melodic rage type beat called Shiny Nights. What's up, Kendrick Lamar or Lendrick Kamar? You haven't been in a stream in a minute, bro. How you been?
Urban DX.
Look. Sometimes I drive my car without a seatbelt. My throat, hold on. Sometimes I ride my car without a seatbelt. I need water. Sometimes I ride my car without a seatbelt. Get in an accident, I fly out the windshield. Don't care what they say, I make sure I get my pay. Every time I play the game, I make sure I get my play. Then I go and hit a lick, and then I go and make some plays. You can't see what they be saying, cause they out of lay. This is not how it be, it's like the deaf is leading the blind. Feel like I go and waste my time, feel like I'm good, I don't even rhyme. That's real. I actually do like this. This isn't bad. 8 Alien. Next. I added an acapella to this beat just to check the Arabic vocal fits at first. It was too low, so I turned the volume down. But I did too much, I guess. It was the right way to do it. Alright, we're gonna listen. It's called When I'm Gone by Chef P. Big shout out to Chef P. Can I post the whole thing just to troll the person more? Bro, it's up to you. I don't care. I feel like I had better parts than others, but you do what you want, bro. It's your world. Isty, bro.
I got my ticket for the long way round. Don't want the prettiest of views. It's got mountains, it's got rivers.
This is different.
Shivers, but it's true to be prettier with you. When I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my head. You're gonna miss me everywhere. Oh, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
It's different. I like it. I like it, and it's different. But I feel like you're using the wrong notes. You have to go to that sample and find the key of that sample. Those notes in the background don't fit for some reason. Maybe it's your tempo, but you have that, like, the violin, the little huns. It doesn't seem like it's the right notes, if I'm being honest. It doesn't sound like it's the right. It doesn't sound like it belongs there. I'm gonna give this a 6. I like the direction, though. I know what direction you wanted to head in, but it seems like you weren't there for real. All right, why did I lose a subscriber? What is happening, bro? Anyway, y'all tuned in just now. My name is Is for Productions. I make beats. I make music. My Sonic Therapy album just came out. I'm gonna be dropping a music video in a week for one of the songs on the album. I want you guys to guess which one. Matter of fact, it's gonna be so tough. I hope everybody tunes in for it. Music video coming soon. I'm about to start teasing it too. This is Chef P called On Saturn. Hold on, my bad. I gotta read this text. Let me know. Favorite joint. Just heard the SpongeBob sample. I'm listening to it because I couldn't listen to the whole thing earlier. I had to go so far. Favorite track between Hey Miss and Play Pretend. I like those ones too. And Phil. I just heard Phil. I think it's my favorite. I just listened to it as a whole. 8.5 out of 10. There's definitely 10 out of 10 individual songs in there though. One song I didn't like was Ride For Me. Not dissing whoever sang on it personally, but I personally didn't like it. That's my boy J-Mo. He raps like very monotone. So that's like, you know what I'm saying? I really like Ride For Me. That's an old song from like 2017. Ride For Me is really, really dope because it really embodied what I was going through. And it's kind of funny how it works. You get what I'm saying? Like, we made that song in 2017, but the feelings he said in it match what I'm going through right now. But yeah, J-Mo is just super monotone. That's really what it is. I like the breakdown of your opinions. Could see people who do though. I can see people who do though. Good criticism, but I think Phil, that one for sure, is getting added on my gym playlist. Bro, I listen to that at the gym every day, Will. That's so crazy he said that. I listen to that at the gym every single day. Well, I used to. I mean, I don't know. Like when I this is my routine, bro. You wanna know what my routine was for 7 months during this album creation? I would live stream, post a video, go to the gym, listen to my album from scratch, and write notes about what I needed to improve on them. Then I would come home, go to sleep, take my vitamins, take my protein powder, go to sleep. I would wake up, stream, clean, do laundry, go to the gym, listen to my album, write notes on the edits, come home, do the edits, and go to sleep. Wake up, stream, clean, go to the gym, listen to the album, write notes, do the edits when I get home, stream again, maybe. Some days I stream twice, post a video. Bro, it's like, it was constant murder. Like, I was just doing stuff. Right now, lately, my routine is a little different because I got work. But, you know, I still make it my business, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm very hungover. Like, there's no doubt about it. I drank too much yesterday. But I went to work for 8 hours. And I'm streaming. I'm trying to dedicate hard work, bro. Hard work pays off, and I'm really doing it. Let's listen to this joint.
story time. I met somebody. What, two views, 2 likes? Y'all better tap in, bro. Hold on, let me share this link. 2 views, 2 likes is crazy. I need people tapped in. Need people tapped in. Yo, I'm doing story time. Make sure y'all tap in. Like the video, bro. Like the video. I know the comments are up there. I need y'all to like the video and tap in. We got crazy story time, bro. Got a crazy story time, bro.
Personally, I feel like we've been going on for too long. I don't want to raise my girl. I had to put her shoes on.
What's up, soldier? How you gonna get mad about my new song? It was my only way to cope. I had to move on. She cut me out. She'd rather leave than talk it out. Communication's key to the house. You locked me out. I tried to fix something that I didn't even break. You told me you couldn't trust, man. Why'd I stay? I got word. What'd I say? You told me you couldn't trust, man. Why'd I stay? I got feelings that words couldn't explain. I gave you my all. You couldn't even meet me halfway. Yo, I feel like that was the craziest bars. I ain't gonna lie. Phil probably was the best song in the album. If we're being quite honest, that was probably, like, I listened to that joint like a lot, and it sounds way better after release. I'm not gonna lie. When you make an album, it sounds way better after release. For sure. I've made 3 albums, and they sound phenomenal after release. It don't matter how you mix it, how you listen to it to yourself, when you listen to it by yourself and no other ears listen to it. When you drop that joint, it sounds better. I got 3 people in the chat. I got 1 like. I need to change that. Y'all need 2 more people to like the video. We got 3. You know what I'm saying? It says 6 viewers total, so I need 6 likes, but you know what time it is. I got a story time for you, though. So, boom, I went to the bar, right? After today, I like to play pretend a lot. Bro, Ski, I've been waiting to drop that just specifically for my boy right here. Like, I know you've been waiting for that song, and I'm like, bro, I got you. Play Pretend. Play Pretend is a dope one, though. I ain't gonna lie. That is a dope one. It's kind of hard for me to pick between my favorites, but I know my favorite is Phil. So the reason it's called Phil is because Phil Collins. Like, I was inspired by Phil Collins. I don't know if you guys know. I talked about that with you guys. I got feelings that words couldn't explain. I gave you my all. You couldn't even meet me halfway. If that's the most streamed song on the album, then it's because of my listening to it too much. Bro, I appreciate it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I really appreciate it, Ski. That joint goes crazy, though. Play Pretend. Me and Will was in our bag. I ain't gonna lie, me and Will definitely was in our bag. You wanna know a funny story? I was streaming with my cousin. This was the first time I got 80 views on a live stream. Me and my cousin came over and we worked on a beat, and it was that beat. Me and my cousin worked on that beat. He's like, I think he's a freshman. I think he just turned true freshman. That's my little cuzzo. He told me he loved the album. He just texted me not so long ago. Can't wait to kick it with him again. That's my cuzzo, man. But anyway, if y'all want to hear the story, tell me any W's in the chat, because it's a W story, and I want to share it with my brethren.
Like, it was. I met somebody. I met somebody again. It was. She was like. It was a one time. Like, it wasn't a one time, but I forgot most of the other songs, to be honest. Probably because I choose her to listen to the album at 6 a.m. Oh yeah, probably. Bro, when you get a chance, bro, it's only been a day. I dropped it yesterday. A lot of people need it to resonate. Albums gotta sit and resonate for a little bit. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Honestly, I might have a different favorite song next week. I like my music, you know what I'm saying? I make music at the first and foremost, I always make music for myself because I like listening to what I have to offer. I'm white. Is it okay if I listen to your story? I don't see what your race has to do with anything, brother. You can be white, black, purple, green, orange. I don't care. But what story? You talking about the album? Bro, go listen to it, bro. Stream that joint. I didn't say the N-word once, if that's what you're implying. That's what I'm saying. I think he's trolling. Rage bait. Ban him. Your W story. I appreciate it, bro. Oh, is it okay if I listen? What does you being white have to do with you listening to my story? I met a girl. It's a crazy story, though. Like, it's some huzz. Me and the chat be talking about huzz here and there, so I wanted to share with y'all a little snippet of what happened. So, boom, I'm gonna start the story. You guys cool. I just want you to spam W, not white. I don't get what your point. What was the first half of your message? You could have asked permission to listen to the story without saying you're white. Alright, y'all, so boom. So this is what happened. I go to the club, right? It wasn't a club, it was a bar, but they have like a club there. And I'm there, I see my boy Tony. Me and Tony go way back. Tony said he went to this one girl. This girl was looking gorgeous, bro. She had her hair up. Her fit was on point. But I wasn't thirsty. I seen her and I peeped game, called it a day. Tony was like, oh yeah, I talked to her. She a little stuck up. I said something to her on the way in. She wasn't feeling me. I said, all right, bet. So boom, I'll go to the karaoke. So like hours pass by for real, maybe a couple minutes. I know some people having their own thing with their own kind. Bro, that's so crazy. I'm probably the most peaceful person on YouTube. I'm the most inclusive person on YouTube. I don't care if you she, him, her, they, dragon, Decepticon. I don't care if anything, bro. If you're a person and you respect me, I respect you. That's my philosophy. If you get disrespectful, there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? That's your character coming out. People always, bro, I promise you, that's be the biggest misconception. Like, I've met people that I don't rock with, and people would say, oh, you don't rock with him because of this and because of that. And it's like, no, bro, they're a terrible person. Like, real spill. It's more about the personality and the character. Bro, Martin Luther King said it best. Like, judge off of a person's character, not their skin complexion. I just don't know. First time I saw you, thank you, God bless. Bro, no, I'm very, very inclusive, bro. I don't know if he was trolling, he was half joking, and the joke fell off. I don't know what that was, but bro, everybody's welcome here. We're all human beings. We all got a heartbeat. We all bleed the same. So that's what I try to leave my standards on. So anyway, boom. I seen her in the karaoke room. I go to karaoke room, and she gave me a look. I literally seen her turn and look at me. I was like, gotta go say something. Went up to her, I'm like, oh, what's up? She's like, hey. I'm like, what's your name? She's like, Liz. Bro, basically, butterflies happened for both of us. But we was also kind of pilled. Like, we drank too much for show. But, I don't know, her friend was with her, and they signed up for karaoke. But her friend kept leaving her. So she was like, what if she leaves when we're next? I said, I'll go up there and sing with you. Me, I personally don't care. I do whatever. I went to a dance circle and did a dance, and I got laughed at. And it's like, it's cool, bro. At least I had the courage to go up and do a dance versus these people just not dancing. I have fun, bro. I have fun with myself. I could care less what people think about me. So I told her, I'm like, We can go up together. She said, you're not going up with me. You're lying. I said, why would I lie? Like, I like, you know what I'm saying? I like singing. Sometimes I'm bad at it, but I like singing. She was like, you're lying. You're not going to go up with me. I'm like, I don't know a single person in here. And even if I did, does it matter? I'm never going to see anybody in here ever again. I'm going to sing with you. She started laughing, blushing. She was rocking with me. Me and her, we tough, right? Bro, it's just, it was vibes, basically, is all I'm saying. I don't want to elaborate too much, but she was just all vibes. We went to Insomnia Cookie. I carried her to Insomnia Cookie. Long story short, I was her knight in shining armor. I carried her to the Insomnia Cookie. And the mud fudger was closed. I like cursing. It was closed. I just don't know. Yeah, oh yeah, you read that already. But yeah, it was closed. Insomnia Cookie was closed. We was sick. We was so mad. They ended up going to McDonald's, though. We went to Rallies. Bro, for sure, bro. Once you live on that, like, ski, once you get on that type timing, you really get to see how people truly are. Everybody's kind of scared. Bro, everybody is scary. No one wants to step in front of the stage and do karaoke because they're scared of what other people think. What does another person's opinion of me have to do with what I want to do? Like, let that sink in. What does another person's opinion of what I'm doing have to do with what I want to do? I want to enjoy this girl's company. I want to go sing with her in karaoke. What does these people dictating what I'm doing, at least have the courage to go do it, bro? Even if I fail, there's been plenty times I failed. Bro, plenty times I got laughed at. Plenty times I had failures. Plenty times that I got scolded for trying something new. But I still tried. That's something that no one can say. Bro, Tony, I was talking to Tony. He literally said, bro, something about you is different. It's like you never gave up. Like, everybody out here that does music, they all stopped. You're still doing it. And I'm like, bro, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, you can always keep digging. If I'm drunk, I don't give a F about anything. LMAO. Yeah, that's usually how it is. Liquid courage. There's nothing wrong with that either. But I feel like you should just be the life of the party. You don't need a drink to be that way. I want to encourage you to be that way one day. Go to the bar sober and don't drink. Drink a water or a cranberry juice. And act as if you are drunk. Not like you trying to get with somebody that's drunk and you're being weird, but just be the life of the party anyway. I make people feel good about themselves. That's the number, like, bro, I'm telling you, the number one thing to do, and not even consciously. Don't do it consciously because that's when you end up weird. But people like talking about themselves, and if they like how you make them feel about talking about themselves, they'll invite you to talk about yourself. And when they do that, it's open vibes. You make a rapport with somebody. You make somebody feel good. They make you feel good. It's an exchange of energy. Bro, I seen my boy Tommy Egan at the club last night. He was like, Chris. Bro, gave me a hug, dapped me up. That's my people. I don't see him often. But it feels good to be acknowledged, like to be seen. Like, I walk past him. I'm like, my boy Tommy. He's like, Chris, hyping me up, going crazy. I don't see him that often for him to act like that. But he remembers the feelings I made him feel and the feelings he made me feel when we kicked it. Not trying to sound ditty, sound crazy, but just the exchange of energy. You know what I'm saying? I try my best to lift the room up, not to be a people pleaser. At one point it was to be a people pleaser. But I learned to do it because it's something to, like, it's how you build rapport with people. Do you like Little Darky? He's offensive a lot, but he's the best internet rapper. We did a review on Lil Darky. He's actually not offensive. He says the N-word. They said that he's white. Like, Dylan told me, he was like, oh, he's white. He says the N-word. But, bro, he's not. Like, he's very racially ambiguous. He has something. He looks Indian. And it is what it is, bro. It's not like, I don't think he's really offensive, per se. He be dissing the industry and stuff like that. His music's alright. But yeah, back to what I was saying. You want that confidence, bro? You got to build it brick by brick. You got to go out, ask a girl's number. She say no, walk away. She say no, be like, okay, thank you. Nice meeting you. Walk right off. How confident does that sound? You go up to a girl, be like, hey, what's your number? She like, I'm not giving it to you. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I respect it. Nice meeting you. Like, what? What can she do to that? Like, I don't think women denying you is to belittle you. I just think that they don't want to give you their number. That's how you got to look at it. Like, That's just on a girl aspect. Now, if you talking about people, like, you can't be the weirdo that just randomly walk up to random strangers and dap them up. You gotta have a purpose. So at ATC that we went to, they had people, they got married. I love weddings. Like, I love going to weddings. So I went up to the people. I'm like, so the groom and bride aren't here? He said, you know what they're doing, bro. Instantly funny. I didn't have to do much. I literally said, are the bride and groom here? They said, no, you know what they're doing. Honeymoon, you know what I'm saying? I started laughing. We started chopping up. I said, so how close are you guys to the bride and groom? They said, oh, we go back to like grade school. I'm like, oh, I bet that's amazing. Like, you guys know each other for that long and you get to see their wedding. That's beautiful. That's my genuine response. That's my genuine response. Like I'm not faking it for the gram. I don't know these people. I don't got nothing to prove to them. I got nothing to please them. But my genuine response is from my lived experience of weddings. My boy got married when I'd known him since freshman year. He got married. It was a beautiful scene. Everything was beautiful. Everything was so fresh. Everything was so new. Everything was so just amazing. So I know the feeling. I can relate. So when he told me he knew him since grade school, I'm like, oh, for sure. Like, you definitely felt a spark. You definitely felt like the love in the room. And it's just like, since I highlighted that, they were rocking with it. They enjoyed the fact I brought it up even more. My fave little darky line is, did you know that Jim Carrey took a trip to Espin Island? I don't know. It's a funny line. That's kind of crazy. I love Jim Carrey. There's no way he went. Bro, I hope Jim Carrey did not go to Epstein Island. Jim Carrey is so good. Okay, I'm glad. Jim Carrey is good people, man. Jim Carrey is a goat, bro. If you watch his stuff, he really, like... There's people that go on journeys, bro. Like, real journeys, and he went on one. He bet on himself every single time. He had $0 in his bank account and wrote a check for $1 million and said, I'm going to cash this one day. And he cashed that joint, bro. Very, 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 very dope. Very dope. You can't deny that. But yeah, so... You know, making people feel good, treat people how you want to be treated. You want to be seen, you gotta make sure you see others. I appreciate you, rock paper scissors. Make sure you join the Discord too, bro. We have a whole producer Discord, and we don't discriminate. Just letting you know that ahead of time. What's good, AM? How you, bro? But yeah, you gotta, like, I don't know, that's like, I feel like, you know, you guys, we talked about overthinking, and I feel like overthinking is also a big form. I overthink all the time. I'm lowering the amount of times I overthink, but overthinking causes stagnation. It causes half stepping. It causes, like, just overthinking is so bad. You lose your confidence when you don't just act. My friends were walking by. I said, and I didn't even say nothing. I just walked up to the bridesmaids and the groomsmen and said, like, what's up? Who got married? Da da da. Like, I don't overthink. Bro, if you feel like you can't get out of this, I don't know if you were on the stream, Soldier, for the one time I did give you a illustration. I drew something. I have them right here, so I can show you again if you weren't. But basically, you need to meditate at least one time every week. At least once a week, meditate. Dead serious. Do a lot of prayer. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but prayer helps a lot as well. But meditate. Sit with your thoughts and don't think about them. Sit with your thoughts, but don't think about them. Your thoughts happen 7,000 times per day. Take an hour to yourself. Listen to your thoughts, but don't acknowledge them. Thoughts happen regardless. They're not even real. It's just your subconscious trying to, like, trick you, low-key. Like, trying to test you. Now, if you have the mental fortitude and the strength to ignore them and let it pass, then the blessings will come. You know what I'm saying? Keep on losing viewers. I think it's because it's late. I haven't went this late.
Let's play this beat though, because I didn't get to finish this last stream. I appreciate you, AM. And Soldier, bro, if you're a Christian and you don't exercise it, you need to have your, like, at least bare minimum, build your own relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think necessarily that, like, okay, so I'm a Jehovah's Witness, which is a Christian, right? It's a form of Christianity. I believe in Jehovah. Like, Jehovah is God. If you read any Bible on earth, they refer to God as Jehovah. Not trying to be too religious. We're not going too deep, because religious, for some reason, causes a divide in people. People, you know what I'm saying? Like, they love their religion so much that they're strong about it, and it causes it causes closed-minded. You know what I'm saying? People be closed-minded and they don't want to step outside. They think that everybody's trying to convert them. They think negative thoughts, and they love their God so much that they'll crash out over them. You know what I'm saying? So I think that you should have your own relationship with God, and if you feel like you want to join an organized religion, do that. But you need to have a fortitude. You need to have a foundation for yourself. With anything in life, you need to have a foundation for yourself. God is loving. God is love. You know what I'm saying? It says it in the Bible, God is love. And he wants to have a relationship with you. I'm not going to tell you to be a Jehovah's Witness. I'm not going to tell you Jehovah. Like, I tell you Jehovah because that's what I believe in. I walk with my faith. And I got to. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of who I am. I can't ignore that no more. You know what I'm saying? There was times in my life where I felt like I had to, like, hide it. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of frustration caused me to be a little ashamed to an extent. I'm never ashamed of the God that provides for me, but more of, like, embarrassed, you know, when I was little, because we don't celebrate holidays and stuff. But as I get older, I realize why and how much it helped me to be who I am now. And that's all that God wants me to be, the best version of myself. So when you have your own foundation with God, you read the Bible, you build that foundation for yourself, you can decide if you want to join organized religion so you can further express that with others. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You can further express that with a stranger. Like, some people, I met a dude at the gym and he was very religious, and I told him I'm a Jehovah's Witness, so I can't, like, whatever. He said, dude, we praise the same God. If we're both falling off a cliff, we're going to pray to the same God. I guarantee it. I said, you got me there. You got me there. He just walks with his religion more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I walk with my religion, but he really walks with his religion. Like, he had no problem expressing to me that he wanted to pray with me. Not for sure. I appreciate it, bro. But that's real. Like, you got to have your own foundation. You can't do nothing without the foundation. God loves you. He wants you to be a part of that. Someone said this, bro, and it's like, I don't necessarily believe this, but he's like, Childish Gambino, I remember he did an interview, he said that we are God. And I don't like that. I don't like that's a blanket statement. I believe that we're built in God's image. That's one of the first things in the Bible. We're built in God's image. There's something in all of us that is a little bit more holy than we think it is. We have the power to create our reality. We have the power to pray and have faith in God to help us create our reality. It's like, I read a tweet. It said, how are you a loser when you create your own reality? Soldier, it's blasphemy for sure. The way you say it is the blasphemy. We are gods. It's crazy. But Jesus was a human being. Jesus did miracles. He walked on water. It's not far-fetched to think that God installed in us something that's greater than ourselves. Our soul is like, this is getting deep, but our souls are light. You know what I'm saying? He put a light in all of us. I know that, you know, we mess up. We're imperfect. We make mistakes. But there's a light in us that shines brighter than we could ever imagine. You know that. Like, God did that. God did. You know what I'm saying? For a while, I used to think if you read the Bible, it says that we're dust, right? We came from dust. People don't reach the understanding of control and wisdom. Yeah, it's kind of hard, bro. It's kind of hard to be enlightened and to actually make that change. Like, people fake it a lot. People be like, oh, I believe in God, but they don't exercise anything of it. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but I exercise as much as I can. I make sure I walk with him as much as I can. You cannot tell me I don't try. That's the one thing. Like, for a while, like during when I was depressed, bro, I would read the Bible. I would read my daily text. I would pray every morning. I still pray every morning. I make sure to get the prayer out the way. Like, not in a way that's a chore, but in a way that's like, I need to gotta talk to my dad, bro. Like, for real. Like, that's the best way to say it. Like, I gotta talk to my upstairs dad. Like, he's the one that's really guarding me, keeping me good, keeping me sane. There's so many things in life that I feel like I would have been really messed up, but God got me. I tell her like this, bro. I feel like I can survive anywhere. My people would always be like, oh, you talk so white. You act so white. You wouldn't last in the hood. You wouldn't last in jail. All those things. I'm like, bro, if I'm in the situation because of something I did, God got me. I don't care. I'm surviving no matter what. Even if I don't. Does that make sense? Even if I don't. Even if I get stabbed in jail, God's going to make sure that I'm cool. But that's the thing about we building our own future. Like, we can do almost everything. It is low-key true. Bro, think about the light bulb. Think about the light bulb. That dude is not different from you and I. He's not a different person than whoever made the light bulb. He's not different from you and I, but look at the change he made in life, you know? Life changed. The fundamental of life changed. Like, we don't have candles no more. We got light bulbs. You can do the same thing. You can build buildings if you really want to. Through God, anything's possible, bro. That's why I try to keep God first, you know? It was very disappointing to hear that X practice witchcraft because he was so depressed. He wanted to get out of jail. He wanted to prove to everybody that his girl and all this stuff. When I heard about this news, bro, I kind of was so sad for him because all he was trying to do is change. He practiced alchemy so he can change his energy. But little did he know, God could have done the same thing. It's two entities, bro. Evil and good. And we all know the difference between the two. Don't ever forget that. We know the difference between the two. There is situations that are circumstantial. Don't get me wrong. There are circumstantial issues where you could be the bad guy in somebody's story. You could be the good guy in somebody's story. But for the most part, we know what's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like X should have prayed to Jehovah at least one time. Jehovah would have blessed him. Jehovah would have put him in the circumstances so he can get what he wants. He would have probably been a bigger sensation than he really was. He just wanted it quickly. And that's what it says in the Bible, bro. If you go to the devil, he's going to give you what you ask for, but you have to do an act of worship to him, and that's not good. Like, you know what's good and you know what's bad. He practiced witchcraft. That's diving into the other side. That's not good. All those things are real. Like, you think I'm lying. I'm not going to lie to you. They're all are real. Tarot cards, what's it called? Psychics. My ex, before we broke up, she wanted to practice Reiki. I looked up Reiki, and it's when they do a massage and then tell you about your dead loved ones. I said, there's no human on earth that can talk to your dead loved ones. You shouldn't do that. You do what you want. I don't control nobody. That's why I told her. But you shouldn't do that. There's not a human on earth that doesn't have to go through the devil in order to talk to your dead loved ones. They don't talk to God first. You go to church. She went to church and got baptized, right? But you want to do Reiki. It's contradictive. This is what the problem was between me and her. I'm very strong on my religion, and I feel like to an extent she got jealous of that. Like, she would read her Bible every day, and I would talk to her about Jesus, and she wouldn't know anything. Bro, she wouldn't know nothing. We would have long talks about Jesus because I have a relationship with God, Jesus, and the Bible. So Jesus was a dope person. Now, this is my thing. There's people that are atheists I talk to. There's people that believe in God. They're iffy about Jesus, whatever. Regardless of Jesus being real or not, right? Let's take that all out the way. if you believe in him or not, right? He wasn't real, he was real. Let's take that all out the way. The fact that Jesus, regardless if it was real or not, if it's a fictional character, Jesus was such a dope human being regardless. Like, regardless. The way he spoke to people was with illustration. And that's beautiful. Like instead of talking directly to you, he made you ponder on what you asked him by giving you an illustration. Like, oh, the birds chirp only when they're hungry. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, that was a random example. But that's how he spoke, bro. And that's godly. Like, that's art. Like, we got to really, let's reel it back into music and art. That's art. And he spoke like that because he came from heaven. Like, he legit came from heaven. So it's normal to him, but odd to everybody else. But they got it. They get the gist because it hits harder. You know what I'm saying? It hits the heart more speaking through illustrations. Okay, hold on. Let me see what you guys typed. But the thing about we building our own future, we can almost do anything. Yeah, that's good perspective, bro. I understand you. Yeah, what's goes around comes around. Yeah, I don't believe in karma either. Karma is a Chinese belief. That's an entity. That's also it's pagan religion. People say, oh, karma got you, bro. There's no such thing as karma, but you do reap what you sow. You do reap what you sow. That's real. That's in the Bible. I'm pretty sure, it's in the Bible, bro. Like, you reap what you sow, and that's enough. Why would we need to make a karma? Like, karma's an entity that attacks people. That's different from you reap what you sow. You can do good things and you get good things. You can do bad things and you get bad things. Karma is only bad. Do your research. Do your homework. Trying to talk to your dead ones is considered as witchcraft, basically. That's why I tried to explain to her. She didn't want to listen. She went and she said it was creepy. She said that her grandfather told her that the lady said that her grandfather saved her from getting raped or something crazy. And it's like, dude, I listened and I didn't want to be disrespectful because that's her dead grandfather. But I'm just like, please get this out my face. Like, she sounds ignorant. You sound ignorant. It sounds dumb. Dismissed. For real. Like, it's just like, why? Like, you believe in God. Why are you doing this? The Bible doesn't mention Jesus doing Reiki. The Bible doesn't mention his disciples doing Reiki. It just mentions them following in God's footsteps. And that's all you need to do. What do you even get out of doing Reiki? What did you even get out of that? Like, what's the benefits of you talking to your grandpa, bro? That's kind of really where I was at with it. But one time we had a conversation. I'm like, Jesus was so dope. Like, he really cared about people. And it's just amazing and beautiful. She's like, how do you mean? Like, what do you mean? This girl read the Bible every day before she went to sleep. And I would literally wonder, what is she reading? Because she doesn't know anything. We talk about Jesus and she's like, I never knew that. I never knew that. I never knew that. And it's like, it just shows how tapped in I am and how ignorant she is. Like, I was always tapped into, like, just acknowledging the beauty in the Bible and what people, how everybody treated each other and how Jesus treated people. Jesus didn't judge. He fixed people. That's beautiful. Like, I think about him going to a hospital and now, like, today, and just his heart. Bro, I'll give you an example. This is one of the stories I shared with her. Jesus got baptized by John the Baptist. King Nebuchadnezzar, if I'm not mistaken, had a birthday party for his 16-year-old daughter. First ever birthday party mentioned in the Bible in history. First ever birthday party in history. This is why we don't celebrate birthdays as Jehovah's Witnesses. First ever birthday party. And he ordered for her 16th birthday party for John the Baptist to get his head cut off. They're drinking, they're being belligerent, they're being ignorant, and he ordered for John the Baptist to get his head cut off. Now, that happened, and it said that Jesus wept. Jesus has the ability to bring him back, but he cried. That just shows how human he is, but also how godly he is. Just because you cry don't make you a punk. Just because you cry doesn't make you whatever. Bro, Jesus cried. What you gonna say to that? Jesus had the power to bring his people back, but he still cried. So if you're a man and you feel like, oh, crying is for this and crying is for hoes, no, Jesus, the most powerful human on earth, cried. He cried. It said Jesus wept. Do you want to know why he cried? because that was his best friend. Like, that was his people. You can bring him back, but that was his best friend. Why wouldn't you cry? Like, bro, that's one of the best stories right there. And me and her got closer for it. Like, me and her, we talked about it. She was, oh, I never knew that. And we was close. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it. Then, bro, when I met Ella, like, me and Ella would talk about Jesus forever. Like, I had so many stories to tell Ella. Ella said that she wanted to always be close with God, and she thought that I would be the way for her to get closer to God. And I really did think I was, but it didn't really work out. She wanted to go to the Kingdom Hall with me and everything. I really love that about her, man. She's so open-minded. I really didn't appreciate women that just aren't like that, you know? Like, women that aren't open-minded. I feel like my ex was open-minded at the beginning of the relationship, but her mom told her not to listen to me when it comes to religion. But at the same time, who are you listening to then? Like, her mom really put a big, like, stamping point on, oh, Addison, you're a Christian, you go to church. Like, okay, I go to church too, a place where people worship. I just go to the Kingdom Hall. My brother was basically having a nightmare, and he was talking through it. I heard things that he said through the dream, and he have to come to his dead uncle to the heaven. He was talking with him. Then a couple days later, he died because of a brain injury. I swear, I'm serious. He's not having any issues before. That's so sad. I'm sorry to hear that about your brother, bro. I believe it was probably just you want me to be realistic, it was probably just a tumor. Like do your homework on tumors, and like when people kind of like have tumors, they go through things like that. Like, they start to see dead people, and they start to like hear dead people and things like that because their brain is manifesting it. Bro, the brain is the most powerful thing in the world. The brain is powerful. You can really manifest stuff that you didn't even know. You want to know, I'm going to give you an example of how powerful the brain is. And I feel like Jesus, if I'm being honest, Jesus tapped into this, but he's also from heaven. God created Jesus first and then the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus was there since the jump. So he knows what it is. So, we can do a moment of silence for your brother, bro. Let's be honest. I'm sorry. I'm yapping a lot. Moment of silence for his brother, bro. Everybody put ellipsis, 3 dots. Alright, I think that's long enough. Sorry for your loss, though, bro. I know it probably hurt a lot. How long ago did that happen? But anyway, Jesus seen it all, bro. Like, he was right hand man to God, you know? Bro, it's fine, bro. That's still your brother, bro. I respect the dead over here, bro. But yeah, no, like, the brain is so powerful. I'm gonna give you an example of how powerful the brain is, so this way it can, like, better help you understand that. So, hypnosis is very real. You know what I'm saying? Hypnosis is very, very real. It's a practice to get you to tap into your subconscious. And the way it works, one time this guy did hypnosis on somebody. He said, my hand is on fire, I'm going to touch you. When he touched his arm, burn marks started to be on the person that got hypnotized arm. Now, does it happen every single time? No. People are closed-minded. People are open-minded. You have to be open to hypnosis in order to get hypnotized. They say that every time. This person was super open to it, and his brain manifested a burn mark, even though there's no fire. In reality, there was no fire, but he did a burn mark. I took psychology in high school, and they talked about this. It's called I forget what it's called, the cerebellum. The cerebellum gets manipulated, and literally your body manifests the cerebellum. Or something along those lines. I might be ignorant when I say this. But basically, your brain can manifest physical things Like, it's kind of crazy. Look up hypnosis videos. You're gonna think, oh, that's fake. Oh, that's fake. Some of them are fake. Most of them are real. There's people in Vegas that hypnotize people on the street. They're so good at it. There's a magician that uses, like, he just knows how humans work. He said ever since he was little, he noticed that humans act a certain way. They have mannerisms a certain way, and he used it to his advantage. After he discovered this, he opened Pandora's box. Like, he can do magic tricks on people and, like, tap into their brain. It seems like magic because you're not paying attention to what he's paying attention to. It's all illusion, but at the same time, he's using his brain. I'm telling you, it's crazy. You can do whatever you want, bro. It's your world. We just living in it for real. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might get off stream though. I'm tired. I had a long day at work. I had 8-hour shifts today. So what emotions are you in control of? What's up, Urban? What emotions are you in control of, Chef? And which ones aren't you in control of? Bro, AM, peep my music, bro. I just dropped my album yesterday. It's going crazy right now. So how to control every single emotion. I think that you need to surrender to the fact that you can't first. That's first and foremost. Surrender to the fact that you can't control every emotion. Because we're human at the end of the day, bro. I appreciate you, AM. A lot of stuff in the album I'm talking about, like the stuff I'm talking about now, is in the album. Believe it or not. But yeah, no. So control every single emotion. Let me just, we'll go to Google. We'll go to Google with it. I just Googled Google. Also, think about what your intentions are. Why do you want to control every emotion? Some emotions are supposed to be sporadic. Like if somebody punches you in the face, your instinct should be to punch them back in the face. Like maybe you can control your emotions and try to like reason with them. Like, oh, why did you do that? But your fight or flight is going to take over and you're going to punch them back. Why is Google not Googling? It's pissing me off. Does that make sense? Like you're not supposed to. I think your intentions are different. You're not supposed to control every emotion. Okay, so controlling emotions isn't about suppressing them, but learning how to understand, process, and reason instead of reacting. Keep that in mind. This is what I was talking about with the diagram and your thoughts. Your thoughts, bro, this is exactly what I was talking about, Chef. Your thoughts lead to thinking, and your thinking leads to emotions. So, or reacting to your emotions. So, controlling emotions isn't about suppressing them or ignoring. It's to understand and process and reason instead of reacting. Like I said, the monk was so distracted when he was meditating and he was getting mad about it. So he decided to get on a boat, go to the middle of the ocean and meditate. Then while he was meditating, he was peaceful, he was happy. A boat randomly ran into his boat. He's pissed. He gets up. What are you doing? What are you doing to my, like, how did you crash to my boat? There's nobody on the boat, bro. The boat left dock and sailed towards him and hit his boat. Disrupted his therapy or disrupted his meditation. So he sat back and said, dang, there's nobody even on this boat to be mad at. Why am I so angry? So he went back to the island and started meditating in front of the birds, the trees, the wind, and he was at peace with it because he understood that fundamental. It's not about suppressing the emotions. It's about understanding and processing and responding positively to them. We all have emotions. We all can acknowledge them. We all know what it is. Now you fail. It's a failure to yourself every time you instantly react to an emotion instead of sitting with it and identifying the trigger or sitting with it and identifying why am I feeling this emotion. So it says here, first, recognize and label the emotion. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this right now? Anger, sadness, jealousy, anxiety. Why am I feeling that right now? Naming the emotions reduces their intensity. It shifts your brain's activity from an emotional center to thinking part. Second, pause before reacting. Take 3 deep breaths. In the nose, out the mouth. If possible, step away from the situation in the moment. Even 30 seconds helps. This interrupts fight or flight. We just talked about it. The impulse you have to choose how you respond. It's fight or flight ain't always about fighting, but it's always about how you decide to conduct your emotions. For instance, my ex broke up with me because she was upset that I wasn't there for her emotionally for a day. So she just instantly dumped me, you know what I'm saying? And she's not emotionally mature. What's good, bro? My bad for not showing up for the past few days. I was focused on my meditation. That's good stuff, Jimmy. We were just talking about that stuff. Listen to my album, bro. Did you get to listen to it, Jimmy? Like, I can control crying, anger, but when I'm sad, I make music. The emotion I can't control is excitement. Like, when I excite to do something, that particular work is going to fail. That's not true. I appreciate it, Jimmy. So when you get excited about something, you feel like you're going to fail? I feel like that's negative self-talk, and that's also something that would need to be adjusted. Like, if you're excited about something, there is no failure, because that was the whole goal of being excited about something, is to be excited about something. So there is no such thing as failure when it comes to that. If you're excited about something and it doesn't work out, be excited about it working out. Be excited about you changing it. Bro, you need more confidence, Jeff, because you really do make amazing music, and you can be excited about that, and it does come out good. You know what I'm saying? Like then number 3 is identify the trigger. What caused this reaction? Are you reacting to the situation itself, or does it remind you of something else from your past? Understanding the why makes the feeling less overwhelming. Use ground techniques. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. My friend told me about this. He's a therapist. He put me onto this. Name 5 things you see, 4 things you feel, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you taste. Muscle relaxation. Tense, then relax your muscles to release stored tension. Cold water splashing in your face activates. Yeah, it's right here. Reframe your thoughts. Challenge. Number 5 is reframing your thoughts. Challenge catastrophic thinking. Is this a bad thing as I think, or is this as bad as I think? Shift focus. What is in my control right now? I love that one. I do that one a lot. Replace I can't handle this with I can figure out 1 step at a time. That is another thing. That involves manifestation, bro. Your words are powerful. If you have negative self-talk, if you sit here and be like, oh, today's going to be terrible, bro. It's raining. Oh, I'm going to do bad at work because I just don't want to go to work. Or that stuff is such a negative palette. That's like cooking on a dirty stove. Why would you cook on a dirty stove? If you have the power to clean your stove before you cook on it, why would you cook on a dirty stove? Stay with the positive for a week. The Isty challenge is a week of just positive thoughts. Every time you have a negative thought, replace it with a positive. I can't. I won't. I don't. We're going to affirm I can, I will, I did. Not I'm doing, I did. I already did it. I already made $1 million. I already made 1 million subscribers. I already got 1,000 likes. I already did it. It's the change in the temperature, bro. There was so much and I'm not going to lie, our thoughts do have negative thoughts. There's a lot of them. They're majority negative thoughts because we're imperfect. But it's your choice to acknowledge them. Like, there's times where I caught myself like, oh, I can't get that girl, or oh, I can't get this job. And I stopped myself like, yes, I can. Like, what? Why did I just say that? I'm the only person in the world that said that. No one else said that. There's people that give me a lot of negative talk, but I don't listen to it. Who are you? No, like, I compare with others, I guess. And my motivation and all things gone when they are better than me. Bro, in this world, there's going to be plenty of people better than you, and I'm not saying that to belittle you, but you can't play the comparison game. If you play the comparison, it's literally said comparison is the easiest way to take your peace away. You're in your own lane doing what you do, bro. Who cares what other people got going on? Who cares what other people got going on, bro? There's nothing good comes out of comparing. The only time you want to compare yourself is to people that want to see you winning. If you're like my boy Will is my boy. I compare myself to him in a good way. Like, I'm like, that's my boy. We're trying to strive and do the same thing. What can I do to be more like him, and what can he do to be more like me? We have conversations for hours, and I invite him to do something that I'm doing. He invites me to do something that he's doing. That comparison's healthy. We're trying to push each other to the next level each step at a time. My boy Will has been like, bro, it's literally at the day we linked, we've been doing stuff every single day. We've been locked in. He calls me, we chop it up, we have good conversations. He makes me feel heard, I make him feel heard, seen, all that stuff. You can't ask for that. You can't ask for more than that. That is a true friend and a person that you can compare yourself to in a healthy way. Now, if you compare yourself to a rapper that journeyed a journey you're not even on the same path as, you're doing yourself a disjustice. Like, there was times I used to see myself, compare myself to producers that are bad, but they're famous, and I used to get pissed. But they journeyed a journey I didn't journey. They put the work in, they did what they had to do, and more power to them. You know what I'm saying? I had to make peace with that, because if I sit here comparing all the time, I'm gonna be lazy. That's all I do is compare. I'm not gonna actually try. So you need to actually try. Instead of comparing, compare yourself to your old self and motivate yourself to do better. When I feel anger, I low-key just take a couple fast breaths and feel better. Low-key don't even feel anger or rage. I understand things happen and push forward. Yeah, I stopped raging out. Like, you can ask, like, literally when I was with my ex, I never yelled at her. Like, she did a lot of messed up stuff, and I would tell her, and that's it. I would literally be like, yeah, that was kind of messed up of you to do that. But it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm hot about it, but I'm not going to yell. Like, I'm not a person that yells. We get in arguments, but I never yelled. I yelled one time at her because she said some really messed up stuff to me, and I kind of got hot, and I yelled. And I said, this is the first time I ever yelled at you. And she said, good. And it's like, bro, there's never a reason to yell. Let's be honest. Girls really be trying to pull that card. But I'm not a nonchalant. I'm not just a chill guy. I just don't like yelling. Like, what do I need to yell for? The only time I yell is when it's more family. Like, the reason why is because they know how to get under your skin more, and it pisses me off a lot. But I try my best to control my anger. I have moments where I'm weak, but, you know, I do my best to control my anger. Low key, don't even feel okay. You're good things at something, and people be good at other things. You're never worse. Yeah, like, you have your own strengths and weaknesses, and they have their own strengths and weaknesses. At one point, the person that you're comparing yourself to has compared themselves to a lot of different people and got over it. He said, you know, I'm done comparing. I want to get in my own bag and do what I got to do. Stay in your own lane. This is the illustration I give for that. When you're in your own lane, like when you drive on the highway, you never look back. You look through your mirrors to see who's behind you, but your main focus is straight. You don't look to the left, look to the right. There's no need to. They're going straight too. You don't got to look at other cars. You got to focus forward. If you're in your own lane, focusing forward, you're going to be faster than the people looking left and looking right and like, oh, that car is nice. That's a Lamborghini. That's a Tesla. You're in your Nissan Altima 99 going straight. You can look, compare, but you got a purpose. Don't let nobody take that purpose away or diminish that purpose by just looking at it to the left and right. You don't need to do that unless you switch in lanes. If you switch in lanes, you get in front of the person that's there. That's the focus you need to have. And don't compare, get in front of them. Don't compare, get in front of them. Look at your mirrors, get in front of them. It's not about comparing. Getting good with them. How about that? Oh, you need some gas? I got you, bro. Getting good with them. Don't compare, work with them. Kendrick Lamar talks about that all the time. He worked with a phenomenal artist. Kendrick Lamar wasn't nothing back then, but he knew he could be greater, and he did become the greatest one in the label, in my opinion. But J-Rock held it down. J-Rock was the best rapper on the label for a while. So Kendrick resurfaced. All right, y'all, but it's been real, though. This beat is gonna be like a 3-day long beat. This really was more of a yap session. All right, I love every single one of y'all, bro. We had a good conversation today. Soldier, big shout out to Soldier, big shout out to AM, big shout out to Soldier again, big shout out to Jimmy, big shout out to Chef P, big shout out to Urban for tuning in. I reviewed your song earlier. Go take a rewind. Big shout out to Shad for getting his first 10 yesterday. Big ups. Big shout out to Lendrick Kamar. Thank you for tuning in. Big shout out to Ski. Big shout out to Rock Paper Scissors newcomer. Big shout out to every single one of y'all, bro. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Make sure y'all listen to the album. Stream Sonic Therapy, bro. All the stuff I be preaching is in Sonic Therapy for sure. You guys will feel the vibrations that I push out. And it's real. It's raw. I love every single one of y'all. I really feel motivated by you guys, bro. I'm telling you. I never had this before. The fact that you guys are listening to me and we can relate and talk and have an open conversation. You guys speak back to me and we have rapport. I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I prayed for this for so long. Love y'all, though. Y'all be safe.